Hi everybody, it's Jen here from Enriching Tomorrow. I'm here today to share with you guys my new product that I'm just going to launch on Teachers Pay Teachers. It is my very first interactive notebook. This one is all about sky science and it is geared towards grade 6 students, which is what I teach. And I wanted to create this video just to showcase how this book is put together and how to use the pages to its fullest potential, and also just to share it with you guys if you are on the fence about purchasing it, or if you bought it and you have some questions on how to put the pages together, then this is the video for you. When you buy it, you will get a PDF file with step-by-step instructions and pictures and things to go along with it. So don't feel like you need to watch this video in order to get it, but I just wanted to share it with you guys on YouTube. There's also some links here to some other YouTube channels and some websites that are really great to supplement the information that you are teaching here, because kids love YouTube videos, and there's some awesome channels that have done a really great job of bringing space to life and making it colorful and fun and explain things really, really well. So let's just dive in. I'm just gonna go through most of the pages quickly with you. So you start off with a KWL chart, and this is a great way to introduce units. I do it all the time, and it just gets the kids thinking about what they already know and asking some great questions that hopefully you'll answer throughout your unit, and then at the end to do a little reflection and think about what they have learned. There's also a space at the bottom here for you guys to get the kids to be thinking about other classmates' questions and to write down some really great ones that they had heard. The next page is just the I can statements, and I teach in Alberta, so this is based on the Alberta Programs of Study, but most of the stuff in here is pretty general, so if you're teaching a Sky Science unit, I hope that these I can statements are beneficial to your classroom as well. The next page is just a definitions page with some flaps, so there's the word here, and then the definition goes underneath, and all the definitions are actually on the PDF file, so you don't have to come up with these by yourself. The next page is just introducing the order of the planets. There's this nice little saying to help the kids remember the order of them, and then the pictures, and they can write down the order on there. Sorry about flipping back and forth. This is the only way that I know how to do this. I'm sure there's an easier way, but we'll just carry on like this for this one. Flaps for rock giants and gas giants, and again, they'll get these flaps and they'll get all the individual planets and they'll cut them out and glue them underneath. Just a few definitions here. Then we're getting into reflect light and emit light. And again, anything that I've written in here, I have typed in the PDF file. So don't feel like you need to come up with that stuff on your own. It's all in there for your use. The next is the students will receive these little pockets and then these strips. And here you can discuss which celestial objects emit light and what reflect light based on the definitions that you wrote on the page before. The next one here is what makes the seasons. So on the page, they will receive the sun and the earth 2 times. And then this is very teacher directed. You'll have to explain how to place these so that you create each of the seasons, so the winter and the summer. Next here, we've got just a little information paragraph about comets and asteroids that I wrote up, and then a flip chart Venn diagram to compare these objects. And again, there's videos that you can go to show your students as well. This one's all about shadows. And this is a cute little interactive page. All the steps on how to create this are on the PDF file as well, but here you can just kind of see how it works. So you can actually move the sun across the horizon, and you can draw the shadows and how they will how the sun will affect the lengths of the shadows throughout the day, and then you can take some notes in the little flaps underneath. Next, we've got just an easy, safe ways to look at the sun little flower thing, and of course it's just with using number 14 welder's glass, so that's the only one that you'll put yes under. The next one is about a sundial inquiry, so you can create a sundial with your students, and here's a couple of tools on how to write down your information with your students. So again, the question, observation, sorry, my son's doing a little dance behind here. There he is. Hi, this is Micah. Okay, so yeah, so again, everything's on the PDF file, but this is where you can write down all your information. And then there's the a T-chart to record the information when you are actually using the sundial, and then here you can plot the length of the shadows with relation to the time of day, and you can talk about the U shape that it makes. Next, we've got eclipses. Again, it's really great, I think, for the kids to actually put these in the spaces that they need to be in order for these eclipses to happen, other than just, you know, seeing it on a piece of paper and you talking about it. I think it really brings it to life for them. So yeah, so here's a page about solar and lunar eclipses. Then the next couple of pages are all about moon phases. So here's one just to introduce the phases of the moon and to talk about what each one is called. The next page here is one that you do horizontally, and you'll receive the sun and the earth, and then all of these moon pieces. And this is to assemble to show, you know, if you were looking up above the earth and the sun at the moon, how just the sun is shining on the moon kind of at the same spot. And we just see the different phases differently from here on earth. The next one here is another moon phases drawing one. So here you'll cut out the same things, but you'll have to color in. I used a black crayon here, color in the different phases. And then if you look kind of close up, I actually drew the moon again from above, showing just, you know, how this is actually what is happening, but this is what we see from Earth. And then here's a spot for you to write in all the different phases. There's also a quiz, a moon phases quiz that you can give your students after this in the PDF file. Okay, so next we go on to constellations. Here is a paragraph with some fill in the blanks, and here's just a little image on how to find the North Star using the Big Dipper and then finding it on the end of the Little Dipper. Here's a fun little constellation project. So the students are going to get the 4 constellations, and if you find a piece of carpet in your classroom or in your school somewhere and you just poke a tiny hole with a sharp pencil, sorry, my daughter's next to us here. If you poke the holes and then if you shine a flashlight behind it, and my son is there, it's a family video. Anyway, so if you shine the flashlight, you can actually project the constellations on the wall, which is pretty cool. You can also find some different stars that are in these constellations and write them down. Like you can put Betelgeuse or Rigel on Orion, and then the Polaris on the Little Dipper and stuff like that. Here is another kind of assemble interactive one. So the Big Dipper throughout the seasons. And here you just put a little brad in the center here, and then this will turn, and you cut this out and you can see how the Big Dipper moves throughout our sky during the different seasons. And this is actually Polaris too, so you can label this or draw the Little Dipper on here. Planet characteristics. So the students are going to get a whole bunch of pages with these little sheets, and they're just going to fold them up like an accordion and then glue this little tab onto their paper. There is a website and also a QR code if you use those to help your students jump to websites that will take you to a really great kid-friendly website with lots of information about each planet, and the students can take notes and write them inside their little accordion, so you'll have lots of different characteristics on each of the planets. Next, we've got space discoveries and technology. So here's just a little flip chart timeline. So again, the information is on the PDF. So you'll just cut these out and glue them on in order and then write down the important thing that happened in that year. So in 1543, Nicholas Copernicus discovered that the Earth revolves around the sun, all the way to 1998 when the Hubble telescope was launched into orbit. And then a couple other pages that I just added at the end. You can actually put them a little bit farther to the front of your book, but just to show them to you, here's parts of the sun, just a little cross section talking about where the core is, the photosphere, sunspots, corona, and then here's a little paragraph about stars. And again, lots of cool YouTube videos that you can take some more notes down there. And what else do we have? Oh, one more thing. In the PDF, there at the end of the document, you will find a few pages with some, here we go, with some little pictures and just some vocabulary that you can cut out and use as a bulletin board if you so choose. I had some really cute extra clip art in color and I wanted to utilize them and share them with you guys. And I think that is everything. So I hope that if you purchase this, it is a fun and interactive and exciting way to use this or to teach this unit in your classroom. And my son wants to say goodbye. Say bye. Thanks everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.